What up out there, YouTube heads? Travel Wolves in the building. We back. Today we're going to talk about why passport bros hate African American men who travel. Let's get to the meat of this topic. No diddy. By Monday, I will have some videos rolling out for you for my famous travels. I hope you guys like them. I like them. I like them a lot. They're going to be little snippets. You're going to have to go on Patreon, support the Patreon to get the actual full video. Or maybe I might do something else with it. I might not use Vimeo and Patreon. But in any event, I'm going to be little snippets, and then you want to see the whole video, you got to go and support to get the whole video. The videos don't contain content that's safe for work, so it's not something I can just put on YouTube. But I promise you guys, I will be putting a little clip. It's like a minute, like a little trailer, I guess, and then it'll be a place you can go to see the whole video. So I got that coming by Monday morning. But today we're going to talk about why passport bros hate African American men who travel. We're going to put an end to this right now. I'm going to make the argument that's going to end all arguments. And after today, I'm just going to have to say it like this. Papa Bush said it best. The one thing Papa Bush said that was real. Was it Papa Bush or Junior Bush? Probably was Papa Bush. He said, either you're with us or you're against us. So that's where I have to leave you guys. I have to leave you guys with that, man. After this, and then Monday when I drop these videos, if this shit's still going on, I have to leave you guys because I can't stay here in this space forever. And the only thing for me to do is to jump on your back and just pummel you into the ground because you just won't stop. It's like it's too much energy for common sense to not prevail. It's just too much energy. So we're about to talk about it today. Here we go. I want you to go out there and sell the dream of travel like their lives depended on it. Ram the idea of seeing the world down your clients' throats until they fucking choke on it and book those tickets. Be ferocious, be relentless, be travel pushing fucking terrorists. Sell them this dream like you're selling them their last breath of air. Make them crave it, need it, beg for it. Now let's knock this motherfucker out of the park! All right, that's what's up. I always love that intro right there. That's my favorite intro. I hope to do that in real life one day. I'm gonna get in front of the green screen and put on a suit and do the monologue. I'm gonna get a fresh suit made, do the monologue, and then have it cut the right way. But that wasn't too bad for AI. Anyway, why do passport bros hate African American men who travel? Let's start off by saying we are all African American men who travel. We are not passport bros. We killing that today. We destroy everyone who supports it. We destroy everyone who speaks it out of their mouth. We destroy everybody and anything that thinks it, wants it, writes it. Anything else is African American men versus everybody. Because if everybody keeps talking about it, then that's what it's going to be. And I mean that with everything. If I got to start jumping on your back in public in another country and stomp you into the ground, so be it. I will. I'm getting my lawyers on deck right now. I'm getting my bail money together right now. Because enough is enough, bro. Like, really, enough. Like, I don't understand how people are playing this game. It's basically black people playing this dangerous game where it's like these categories. So you got like black women who say they're not black people. You got black people who say they're not black people. You got passport bros who are black saying they're not American. I'm just like, I'm like, what the, wait a minute, what? I'm confused. And I get it. but it's over. It's over, man. It's overused. It's overused enough already. It's an overused asinine term that should just be deaded. It's played out like Kevin Samuels. It's played out. Let it die. You have to just let things go away. We are African American men who travel. See, we got to play the race game. What is the race game? The race game is that white people cannot do direct confrontation towards black people. They don't like us traveling. They don't like the thought that this is a different version of a new revolution that they can't stop, but they're working on stopping it, but they can't stop it. They don't like that if we really woke up and said, you know what, I'm going to liquidate, I'm going to take that money, I'm going to go somewhere in the world, maybe even to a country in Africa, buy some land, start a business there. If we all checked out of America today, do you know what that would do to the economy? We at least taken $100 million with us. Okay. If all the African American men checked out today, we at least taken $100 million with us. Even if we screwed it up, it will redeem our honor. It would redeem our self-respect. It would redeem so many things. It would redeem so many things. Okay. Now, a lot of these guys on YouTube, a lot of these black YouTubers, I don't even know what to call them because I don't think they're really on the side you think they are. I don't know what to call them, but they really have nothing to offer you but likes and super chats. That's their product. Their product is their personality, likes, and super chats. And I think you're being overcharged for that stuff. I think you're being overcharged for that stuff. So if they're not on there and they ain't got no babies by this foreign women, they ain't got no land, no business in this foreign country. I'm just saying, what are you here for? To hear them be a talking head? Because let's be honest, they're never going to reach 20 million people. They're probably barely going to reach 500,000, but they're definitely not going to reach 20 million people. And if you don't reach 20 million people on YouTube, there's no point in doing a personality part on YouTube. There's no point. We can do the math. We can look up how much you make. We know all the facts. So you need at least 20 million subscribers to make any real money on YouTube. At least 20 million subscribers. And I don't mean 20 million people just passing by one time. I mean like they actively engage in watching your videos. Every video you do got to get 1 million views, 2 million views, 3 million views. And it is possible. I think it is possible if you're a certain age, like if you're my nephew's age or younger, and maybe up to 23, you can capture an audience because they're mostly on their mobile phones, ingesting your content. You're relatable. You're relatable to a larger group of people who use the technology more, who grew up on the technology. Okay? That's people like Kai Cenat and them type of guys. You know, there's an exception to it. And then, of course, it just snowballs. But otherwise, it's just a waste of time. So what are they really doing here? You know? Now, the meaning behind my title is that since I started traveling, I've gotten nothing but hate. I've been hated on so hard from day one. I've been hated on so hard since Brazil 2021 all the way to Thailand 2024. And it's so crazy to even hate on me about anything because I'm doing what these ninjas is telling me to do. Are these ninjas not telling me to go travel to another country? You know, I mean, I'm doing what they're telling me to do, and it's these same ninjas hating on me. It's black travel YouTubers hating on me. So, since I noticed that there's a trend going on where people are trying to cross over and now they want to listen to white people and bring white people into this space, white men, I should say, into this space, or talk about white men in distress, which I find incredibly funny. That shit is funny to me. Um, I decided I'm going to bring my white people into the space, my white people, into the discussion. The only difference between my white people and their white people is my white people are recognized in academia. My white people have actually created social studies and social sciences behind a lot of things like research, books, and they're world renowned. They're not just flunkies. So let me start with the first one. This is just going to be the first one. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of people because I really encourage you to read books. I really encourage you to do something more with the internet, do something more with YouTube, than wait for the next video with a girl's butt out of a car window. So here we go. This one is from Robert Greene. They are envious. Frenemies and the phenomena of envy.
Colleagues and team members there, and earlier you said that people are contagious. How important do you think it is to the success of our lives? And I pause there because success means it's a personal thing, it's a professional thing, to surround ourselves with the right group of people and to be intentional about that.
It's very important. I have a chapter in, in the 48 Laws of Power about infection. And I think it's an experience many of us have had where you're around somebody who seems at first glance to be very interesting. And they become your friend, maybe. They're very dramatic. And they have all these stories to tell. And they seem almost slightly larger than life. And you engage with them. And then you become friends. And then slowly, it becomes clear that.
Dylan, why should people join us on June 13th?
Because the game's changed. And I know that sounds trite, but there are a bunch of things happening right
that they're a little bit nuts, right? They're always talking about how this person screwed them, how that person screwed them, how this boyfriend or girlfriend was so awful and so nasty. You begin to realize, is this true? Or is it maybe they are the problem? But now they're your friend, and now you're emotionally attached to them. And now they have room to play all these kind of games on you, and all of their drama starts infecting you. And it's like, God damn it, I want to get away from this person, but I can't. They've infected you with their negative energy, and it gets under your skin. And so you have to avoid people like that. You have to read before you get involved with them that they are a drama queen or a drama king, because there are just as many men out there who have this quality. You have to see that they play the victim of everybody else, but actually they kind of bring it onto themselves. Some people are genuinely unfortunate. Bad things have happened to them, and it's not their fault. I'm never saying it's a misconception about that chapter, that you should avoid everybody who's unfortunate. There are people, and a lot of people out there, whose circumstances have made them, in their what's going on. It's not their fault, right? But there are other people you have to recognize that the bad things that happen to them are things that they have brought on because they have this infecting power. It comes from deep insecurity. You don't want them in your life. Being around insecure people will make you insecure. Being around confident people who kind of know what they're doing, who've got their act together, who are trying to make things and accomplish things. Because there's so many people out there who talk and talk and talk, but never do anything. Being around people who do things, who get things done, who've made a business, who've made this, that, or the other, they're gold to be around because they'll infect you with their positive energy.
Frenemies.
Yeah.
Do we all have frenemies, and how do we spot frenemies?
Well, hopefully we all don't have them. But in the laws of human nature and in several of my books, I talk about the phenomenon of envy, which is very, very powerful human trait. It has roots, very ancient roots. We know that in hunter-gatherer societies from thousands of years ago, envy was a real problem. And so they create all kinds of rituals to avoid envy, where the moment somebody in a tribe received a gift, they had to give it to other members so they wouldn't face envy, because facing envy, you could be murdered for it. So you learned all of these rituals. And we've noticed that chimpanzees feel envy. You give one of the higher up chimps, because they're very hierarchical, a grape, and all of a sudden all the other chimps are very wanting that grape as well, and they feel envy, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's an extremely human emotion. The thing that we don't realize, though, that the people most likely to feel envy, first of all, we all feel envy. We're all comparing ourselves to other people. I feel it all the time. Right now, I envy Ryan Holiday because he's, so 30 years younger. He's sold so many books. He's got all this great stuff. I know what envy is like. I feel it. We all feel small degrees of envy. But there are people, I call it passive envy, but active envy means people act on it. They do something to hurt you. They sabotage you in some way. Frenemies are the classic scenario. So somebody who feels envious of you ends up befriending you. And consciously, they may not be even aware of that. They think, well, I do want to like them, but unconsciously they feel envy. They think that you have success that you don't necessarily deserve, that you have what they want, right? They become your friend and they charm you, et cetera, et cetera. And then lo and behold, you start noticing all kinds of behavior that's very ugly that you weren't expecting because they're your friend. They start saying bitchy comments that get under your skin, that make you feel insecure. They take things from you. They act in ways that are hurtful. But because they're your friend, your first instinct is to blame yourself. Well, maybe it's my fault that they've done this. Maybe I'm actually to blame for what they're saying, et cetera, et cetera. So I believe behind the frenemies phenomenon is this phenomena of envy, where the person secretly wants what you have and they're becoming your friend so that they can wound you. And what's best to do is to recognize that. And one common sign of a frenemy, of somebody who's befriending you out of envy, is they're in a rush to be your friend. Normally, we like to take it a little bit slow. We just don't let anybody into our lives. We like to vet them a little bit beforehand, right? We don't trust everybody. But the person who feels envy is like, I love you. You're fantastic. I want to be your friend. We got to hang out. Let's go out for dinner the next night, et cetera, et cetera. They're in a hurry. That's a sign that something else is going on, because that's not natural.
What about when friends become frenemies? Because sometimes through the process of us changing,
Yes.
we might inspire that envy.
Yes, like your status changes. We've all had to deal with that. I've had to deal with that as well. You have success, and you came from a background where you weren't so successful, and your friends are still there, and they envy you, and they're not very nice to you. And it's not a good quality. And I understand the quality. I understand where it comes from. And I wrote about it in Human Nature, where we're all aware of the what we call Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude means you take pleasure in other people's pain. So you hear a friend didn't get the job that they wanted to get, and you go, "Oh, I'm sorry," but deep down inside, you're kind of happy. We all go through that, right? The opposite is Mitfreude. It's an expression that Nietzsche coined, which means you feel joy for other people. I like to try and cultivate some of the higher qualities in life. So if something good happens to somebody, my first thing is I might feel a twinge of envy, but then I go, it's great for them. I'm actually very happy. I'm excited. I share their joy in what has happened, right? But it's not natural. So when somebody that you know and you've known for a long time has success in life, your first thing is to be, they didn't deserve it. They kind of cheated their way to it. Okay, as we talked about in the very beginning, you confront that ugly emotion yourself and you go, that's not who I want to be. And you go, I'm going to make myself feel the opposite. I'm going to make myself feel happy for their success. It's not natural, and most people don't go through that. And I know personally from people I knew before I had any success in life, they're the ones that give me the fewest amount of compliments for my books. They never read my books in the first place. They're very spare with what they say. They've got a pinched look on their face. Whereas people I've never met before in my life give me all kinds of compliments
Why is that?
because they're envious. They're upset.
The Federal Reserve Bank of New York just issued a
All right, fair use, by the way. Fair use. And so that's Robert Greene. He has some great books. You know him from the 48 Laws of Power and a couple of other books. He has some really great content out there. So make sure you go check it out. That's from one of my favorite channels called Diary of a CEO. Now, the thing is, why do I bring this up? Because, like I said, since I've been traveling, I noticed that the Passport Bros have had a hatred towards me, also an envy, really an envy and a hatred. Sometimes it's even been black travel YouTubers that I know, or black YouTubers, right? They've had an envy or a hatred towards me, And to that, I say those stories are coming. The whole backstory behind that is coming, but I'm on a whole nother, I think I showed you guys this book called The Fourth Way. There are times of the year, there are actually years, and there's times of the year which you invoke certain things, wrath, vengeance, prosperity, fortune. You pursue certain things, you invoke certain things. So you got to do things in that time or that year, right? Like, people don't understand why we even get up when we do, or we have to work between certain hours, or we don't work on certain days, or we talk about, be on time. Like, people don't even understand that part. There's a book you can read about it. But so the point that I'm making is that a lot of people, a lot of Passport Bros are envious of African American men who travel. And I think I said this before. Why are they envious? It's because they want what they want what African American have. They want the freedom, the confidence, the ability to be detached, the ability to solve our way out of a problem. And you know what the irony of it is? The irony of Passport Bros is that most of them don't even travel. That most of them aren't even tourists. Like, most of them probably never even leave their state. Okay. Now you figure, now you're saying to yourself, well, how is that possible? How can they be a Passport Bro and never travel, never leave their state? Well, because they live through other people. They live through someone else experiencing the world. They won't go out there and experience the world for themselves. And you see it a lot with a lot of channels where they get, people come, it'd be like 300, 400, 500 people sometimes, and the dude isn't doing nothing, and they're just running around, and and people are in a frenzy to see what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? People are just in a frenzy to see what they're doing. Just in a frenzy. So that's what you got to understand. They want what you can't have, or they don't think you deserve it. Like for me, when I hopped off the porch, like I said, I wasn't even retired. I was just, I just like reskilled. I had just recently reskilled into UX design. I hadn't even started coding yet, but I was able to design, and I was able to pay people. I was able to hire people. I knew how to hire people, manage people. I knew that for a long time. And I was able to turn that into a business, And it's funny how when you do a business the same way somebody else does a business, like, somebody opens up a store, they stock the shelves, or they buy clothes wholesale to sell them resale, or they have a business and they hire people to do different parts of the business. It's funny how people try to like dissect it and be like, well, why should I pay you? You're going to keep the money, and then you're going to give a little bit of the money to workers. You're not actually doing the work. Like, people actually come to you like that. They don't tell the electric company that. They don't tell, it's this perverse attitude that I'm not going to see you make it further than me because you're able to outthink the circumstances we're in, and I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't have the confidence, they don't have the confidence to do what they think somebody else is doing. So anyway, just be mindful that when you get into this, world of traveling. I lived through Austin, although I can be his pops. WG is crazy. You lived through Austin. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, just know that when you get into this world and you start traveling, passport bros are going to hate you because they're not able to go to the countries you want to go to. Like who's been to Czech Republic? Who else but me has been to Czech Republic? I know everybody's been to Germany, but who else than me has been to Czech Republic? I know everybody goes to Netherlands. But to me, they just started going to Netherlands a couple of weeks ago. They just started going to Netherlands recently. Nobody was even going to the Netherlands. I always wanted to go to the Netherlands. The Netherlands, I would actually live in the Netherlands. I wouldn't mind living in the Netherlands. I actually liked it. I didn't stay there. I didn't stay in the Netherlands long enough, And there was some baddies there too. There was some baddies. I got some Netherlands footage, but I ain't really, it's a mess over there. I'll say that. It's a mess. It's sloppy. It's very, I don't know how to explain it. You just feel you just, I don't like to feel, I don't like to, I don't like to feel, I don't like to be seen as being desperate or unsavory, or I don't like to be used, and I don't like to be seen as not having options. And one thing about the Netherlands to me was the way that the Netherlands works is all those things, they kind of make me feel like that. If I was to involve myself with them, that's how I would probably walk away. It wouldn't be an exciting thing. It would be being like, it would be like giving somebody money to piss on you, or shit on you. That's how I would say. But the country as a whole, Amsterdam is a great city. I love it. I wouldn't mind hanging out there. It was some cool history between Amsterdam and New York City that I kind of caught on to, like walking around and seeing a sign that said Harlem. And it was like, damn, Harlem. Oh shit, spelled the right way, of course. But even when I was in Amsterdam, these dudes, these passport bros would come on the person's channel, and they would hate on me. They would write comments and shit like that. And then, I just, they still do it to this day. They still do it to this day. You know what I'm saying? Passport bros still come on here and write comments about me. They do it today. How can you tell a passport bro? I'm gonna tell you how you can tell a passport bro. Because a passport bro it'd be two people that travel. It'd be like, okay, I could bring up Austin, and I don't want to really compare myself to him because that's like lowering myself. But let's just say, for example, all the passport bros think what he's doing is great. They don't got no complaints about it. But at the same time, I'm doing more shit. I'm doing better shit. And they have complaints about it. He smokes on a $5 cigar. Everybody's excited. I smoke on a $200 cigar. Everybody says, why are you smoking on a cigar by yourself? Ha ha, you ain't got no friends. But he's a solo traveler with no friends also. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm an African-American man who travels, and he's a passport bro. The passport bros support him and they hate on me. And that's pretty much what's going on, And that's obvious. That's obvious. So why do they do that? For a lot of reasons, you know what I mean? That I already mentioned before. They are envious of me because I could take off and leave. I've already taken off and leave. I mean, I don't know what more to do. Like I keep saying, I don't know what more to do. Not that I want to do anything else, but I'm like, if you're not impressed already by what you know so far, then that's a hater. To me, that's a hater. That's a hater. That's a hater. If you're not impressed by me and you're not running up my numbers and you're not doing these things, to me, that's a hater. Because I'm doing the exact same thing as somebody else. And it's the same thing with these women in these countries, these foreign women. I was just thinking about that this morning. I was like, do these foreign women, I wanted to name the video, I wanted to name the slide, do foreign women ruin your trip? Because, you go on a trip, to have a good time. You don't go on a trip to have any type of anything getting underneath your skin, have any type of negative connotations. But I got to admit that every time I go on a trip, people always behave negatively. They always come with some type of drama. It's the weirdest fucking thing. It's like, wait a minute. Do you not know I can do what the fuck I want? Like, why do you care? Did I misread something? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people cared more than they do, but I don't think so. I don't think so. That's why I make the decisions I make. Like, I give you an example. When I went to Cartagena for the first time, this was kind of weird because this was my Airbnb host, and she was cool. You know, she was cool. I started staying with them. I was staying with them in man, how did that happen anyway? I was staying with them in their home, which is pretty cool. It was cool to do that. Then, oh no. Okay. I had rented an apartment from them. It was a small apartment. I'm gonna show you guys what it looked like in the videos that I'm putting out. And when I got there, it wasn't ready. They was putting it together still. They had just painted or something like that. And so I had to stay with them in their home for like a night. But I made it 2 nights. I think I made it 2 or 3 nights because I kind of like staying with them. They were cool. And I really wasn't doing much, and I was just, I didn't want to be by myself. They were cool. So I don't know, man. But anyway, when I was staying in the apartment, then somebody was like, "Oh man, you staying way over here." Oh man, and I like the neighborhood. I was in Castillo Grande. It's a nice little neighborhood. If you ever stayed in Castillo Grande, you know what I mean. It was a nice little neighborhood, and I liked it. I didn't mind. I liked it a lot. Nice little neighborhood. And so they was like, "Oh man, come stay over here at the Gringo Hotel." So I was like, "Okay, I'll go check out the Gringo Hotel." I stayed for a couple of days at the Gringo Hotel. I kind of liked it better. They had hot water. They had hot water. They had security. It was guest friendly. It was okay. So I booked the Gringo Hotel for a month. I never forget. I had to get like $1,400 together. I took out like a bunch of pesos and I booked the Gringo Hotel for the month, like a month and a week. I stayed there for a while. I like the Gringo Hotel. I used to wake up, man. That was my spot, bro. The Gringo Hotel was the place. You don't know about the Gringo Hotel? It's called Mora Showroom. Mora Showroom in Cartagena. That's what I call the Gringo Hotel because that's where all the real players stay at, bro. If you ain't staying in the Mora Showroom, you ain't no real player. You ain't doing Cartagena. But even still, when I was in Cartagena, speaking of which, when I was in Cartagena, they was hating on me. I went to Cartagena, they was hating on me, man. Wow. I'll never forget, I was out there having a good time. I was rapping on the beach. I was having it's a long story where I was singing this Meek Mill song. What was the song? I forgot what the song was, but I'm gonna tell you the song in a minute. Anyway, so I left the apartment with my Airbnb host, and I used to walk around a lot, walk around, go get food. So I don't know. One day she texted me and she was like saying how her parents saw me and she was upset that I left, and she thought it was because she thought it was because I asked her for my passport. I could have just told her I was going to stay somewhere else, blah, 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 blah. It was just crazy, but it was really emotional. But I was like, what the fuck? Where's all this drama? You know what I'm saying? Where's all this drama? I said, I don't need all this drama. I don't need any of this drama anymore. And I just found it weird. I'm sorry, I'm kind of filling some emails real quick while I talk to you. I just found it kind of weird. I just thought it was kind of weird of her to kind of have a position about me going to stay somewhere else. I didn't really understand that, I didn't think it really mattered. Maybe our interactions, because we were cool. We used to hang out a little bit and chit chat. She'd come by, we chit chat. She liked that I like to talk. She was cool, I hung out with the family. We went to they took me to the beach. That's where I found the real beach Colombians don't want y'all going to. I found the real beach in Cartagena that I love going to. I love going to this beach. They don't want y'all going to this beach. Colombians don't want y'all going to this beach. And so I don't know. Maybe I didn't handle it right. I don't know. I thought it didn't matter. Like I'm a free man, I do what I want to do. I don't really, it didn't seem like, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm sorry, I have to do something real quick. It's Friday. I don't really work. This is some extra work that pulled over from Wednesday. People will be emailing me off the off their off their plan. All right. So anyway, but yeah, the point is that they were hating on me way back in Cartagena. Let me see here if I can show you the photos. That okay. So here goes the schedule of videos that's coming out. The schedule of videos coming out is going. Damn, I miss Thailand sometimes. I'm looking at my photo. The schedule of videos coming out is going to be Brazil Part 1. Then it's going to be Netherlands. It's going to be Netherlands. It's going to be Germany. It's going to be Czech Republic. Then it's going to be Brazil Part 2. That's going to be crazy. You guys are going to be like, when you guys see Brazil Part 2, you guys are it's going to be draw dropping. It's going to be, I guarantee you it's going to be draw dropping. Then it's going to be, oh, maybe I took those videos out already. I think I took those videos out already. Yeah, I did. I took them out already. They're somewhere around. I got to find them. Then it's going to be, oh no, I know I got them at. Then it's going to be, let's see, Brazil Part 2. Then it's going to be Pattaya Part 1. Then it's going to be Colombia Part 1, because I'm going back to Colombia. Let the cat out the bag. Then it's going to be, it's going to be Thailand Part 1. Then it's going to be Colombia Part 1. Then it's going to be Thailand Part 2. And so that's the video schedule. And then it'll be Colombia Part. Well, I'm going to get better at this. By the time I get to Colombia, I just don't like to film. I don't like to film for a lot of reasons, because I'm usually enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the moment. And for me to stop and film is just like troublesome, it's not really worth it. I don't know. I gotta figure something out. Maybe I'll build something. What happened to my Colombian videos? Oh, did I lose my Colombian videos? I don't know. I had some Colombian videos. I can't find them now. Maybe I might have deleted them, but that's the video schedule. So that's the video schedule. And that's what's coming up. But yeah, man, these guys, man, these passport bros, man, they have been hating on me from when I was in Brazil, when I was in Netherlands, when I was in Germany, when I was in Czech Republic. So all the countries I've been in, pretty much passport bros, from the comments that they leave in videos I've been in, just pure hate, pure unadulterated hate. Because I'm an African American man who travel. Now, why is that? What does that mean? Well, that means that as an African American man who travels, as a black man, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie and embellish shit and make it like there's hope or there's distinction between being here and being there. People try to say, oh, this is how you date. This is how you attract women in this country, or this is how you attract beautiful women, or you come to this country, this is how you're going to get a woman, or whatever little fake advice they're giving you. I can tell you that it's fake advice. It's not really how it's going to happen for you. It's fake advice. This is going to be my thumbnail. I should put this thumbnail up. all that dating advice that they give you is fake. I'm gonna tell you how you know it's fake. Because if it was real, like, where's their woman at? Where's their woman at, right? That's the first way you know it's fake. Where's their woman at? The second way that you know it's fake is because they're telling you to be monogamous. They're telling you should just have one woman. That's crazy to me. Let me tell you, I'm anti-monogamy. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to have 4, 5, 6 girlfriends, and they all gonna know about each other, and we all gonna go out to breakfast, lunch, and dinner together. No cap. I'm not trying to just have one girl. I don't want to go on a date with one. See, that's what people don't try. Like if I was to start dating in America, if I could even get a date in America, because I don't even think you can even get a date in America. But if I was to start dating in America, what I would do is I would go and I would get 3 women and have them all meet me at the same time. I would go on a date with 3 different women at the same time. And that's how I would do it. I still wouldn't pay for anyone's meal, anything crazy like that. I would just have the 3 of them meet me, and whoever the 2 that stay, those are the 2 that I might consider, treating them to some type of activity after dinner. Like they got to pay for their own dinner, but I'll pay for us to go bowling or go shoot pool or something like that. I think one of the problems in the dating world in America is men still what's the word? Men still exhibit monogamy when what we should be exhibiting is multifacetity. Dating multiple women. No less than 3. No less than 3 at the same time. See, the trick is you got to let them know about each other. It's not just enough to have 3 women that don't know about each other, 4 or 5 women that don't know about each other. You got to let them know about each other. That's the trick. The trick is they got to know about each other. They don't know about each other. It's not macking. It's not pimping. It's not game. It's not none of those things. And see, that's the thing. You got guys out there calling themselves game or whatever they call themselves, a Mac or whatever they call it. But you with one woman, man. You a one woman man. You with one woman. That's crazy to me. That's what I don't get. It's like, this is the thing about Passport Bros I don't get. They come out here in the world and like they leave the Matrix. They come out here in the world and the whole goal is to settle down with one woman. That's the whole goal. The whole goal is to come out here in the world and settle down with one woman. That's how you know the Passport Bro shit is a joke. Because that can't be what this is all about. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. If that's what this is about, it's just not worth it to do it. I'm telling you from experience, it's just not worth it to do it. Don't do that. It's funny because like in Thailand, as much as the women have options, as much men as they date sometimes at the same time throughout the year, if they find out that you have multiple women, they don't want nothing to do with you. It's crazy. They don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but that's what I noticed. I can't find the videos of me in Colombia. I gotta find the videos of me in Colombia, but it's crazy. It's crazy that that's what's going on. So let me show you this. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is my passport. These are my passport stamps, man. Look at these passport stamps, man. Brazil all up in there. That's Spain, These are my passport stamps, man. These are my passport stamps. These are my passport stamps. You can see the dates moving around. Brazil's all up in there. I gotta get that space. This space right here is probably filled with Colombia. But you see the passport stamps. You know what I'm saying? Look at the stamps. Those are early stamps. I need to use this. This is some good. That's going to be some good footage. I need to use that for the videos I'm putting out. But anyway, that's all I got to say for today, guys. I'm about to go and chill out. It's Friday. I'm going to unwind, relax. I just got done doing a major little project I've been working on for a while. I got some breakthroughs on it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I'll be back later on this afternoon and look forward to talking to you. Peace.